Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishnan Nair, and here basically we are talking about the formula part, that is 178 number. And here basically we are going to discuss about a few topic, that is the natural disaster. One person basically asked, there were basically two people discussing something. The one was the Bollywood group basically, the Bollywood industry, and one was the normal IT person, software company person. He basically told that what is basically the natural disaster and what is the maximum natural disaster which can happen in each and every category. For example, earthquake. Then basically that person told that earthquake basically the maximum is 9.5 magnitude. So 9.5 is the magnitude, and this is the maximum basically which has already happened in USA. So that person told that what is the future, basically the magnitude this which might happen. So he told that it might be which country. That Bollywood person told that the country which is basically in the development state, that is basically the India. So India might get the biggest earthquake of the world, because whatever country basically which are in the development state, that country only basically gets the maximum earthquake. So here basically it's India is in the development state. In 1950s, basically the USA was in development state. That time basically the USA got the maximum earthquake. Sorry, the maximum magnitude earthquake. And here basically it's India, because India is in development stage. So mostly the future basically biggest earthquake which is going to come, that might not might be, that is 100% of India country. So basically, the Bollywood person told that there are basically certain parameters. Basically, this is basically two persons debate was going to be, and in this debate, basically, this was the debate. Then basically, the another question was the maximum lava blast. Basically, the maximum lava blast means if any city gets lava blast, then that will harm how many countries. Then basically that person basically told that there is one Pavagadh mountain which is basically near the Vadodara city. If there basically the lava blast will happen, basically the Pavagadh basically 3000 year basically 3000 years back when lava blast was happened, and there due to that basically the Pavagadh mountain got created. So that person told that if here basically the lava blast will happen, the entire world will be under lava sand. So basically he was shocked basically. How basically that one Pavagadh mountain, it's connected with the whole world. So that's why basically the Bollywood person told that yes, basically it's a lava tunnel basically you can say, which is connected with the whole world. So he told that lava tunnel, yeah, basically the lava tunnel like is like it's there, which basically exists in the whole world. So if this Pavagadh mountain lava blast will happen, that will 100% basically is going to affect the whole world, and it might, if possible, that whole world might undergo under lava sand basically. But this will never happen basically, because after 3000 year basically the lava will never get activate basically of the Pavagadh. That is not possible. Practically, it's not possible, because there are lots of conditions has to be happen. Then only basically the lava blast will happen, and this will take more than 1000 2000 years basically. That basically was told by the Bollywood person. Then basically that the another person told that, oh, that's great, yeah, that it will take at least 1500 sorry 1500 years. Then basically it's lots of time is there, so to match that condition. So just that basically if the lava blast will happen here basically, then it will going to affect the whole world. That's why basically the Pavagadh temple is so famous. This is the main reason. And that person told that basically how basically it's so critical, and basically nobody knows this. it's very critical, and how basically the nobody knows that the Pavagadh mountain is so critical. And basically in this world, basically nobody might be knowing this mountain name also, where basically the lava blast will happen, and the whole world will come into the under the sand. So that person basically was shocked. Basically, the answer given by the Bollywood person, he told that basically he have the data of each and every maximum disaster might happen. So one of the maximum disaster was earthquake. So India is going to face the biggest earthquake in this world. That is basically 9.5 earthquake magnitude is going to breaken by Indian country, Indian land only basically, because the India land is the in the development state, and this is done by the Narendra Modi government, that is basically a BJP government. And because India is in government development stage, so the rules of the earthquake basically the Bollywood person told that the rules of the earthquake says that if the country is in development stage, then basically the earthquake will basically come, because that land basically is in development stage. That land is basically attracting that each and every construction material to directly to the planets. So the planets basically which are in the sky, they are basically directly attracting to that land basically. That is basically the India land basically, you can say. So this basically and India basically the construction group basically they never do the bulk development. Basically, for example, one state development is over, then basically they start another state development. So this basically big magnitude earthquake basically will happen very rare basically. But the lava blast, which is told by the one of the Bollywood person, that in Bollywood in Vadodara city, near Vadodara city, there is one city. Sorry, there is one lava tunnel basically, which is basically under the mountain basically. He told, and if that will blast, then whole world will come into the lava sand. But that is not possible because the time calculation. He told that he have the time calculation. The Bollywood version have the time calculation of the lava blast also basically when the lava blast is going to happen. So basically, just imagine the Bollywood groups up to what level the Bollywood groups have the information, and they are basically staying in Mumbai city, and you can just imagine the knowledge of the Bollywood group also. So they know that the lava blast is going to happen in the Vadodara city, but that is basically 1500 year after. So then not a single condition is going to match now. So lots of task basically is going to happen just now basically. That's why. So basically, the nature basically never gets changed. Basically, the nature that is basically never going to change. That is basically nature means the rule of the nature. The 1500 after 1500 year, this is lava blast is going to happen in the Pavagadh mountain. That is by default, but this will never happen within 2 3 days. This will never happen. Why? Because the rule of the nature says that it is going to calculate. It is going to take 1500 years, at least 1500 years. So because reason is the lava blast was happened 3000 year before in Vadodara city. That's why basically lots of things was created and lots of things were destroyed also due to that lava blast happened near the Pavagadh. That time basically the Pavagadh mountain was not there in that land. After lava blast, the Pavagadh mountain came into picture. Same way basically the Himalaya mountain came into the picture. So here basically it's a Pavagadh mountain. So this is the basically the lava blast, which is the maximum you can say the disaster might happen. So one basically we have discussed, that is the earthquake. Second was the lava blast. That is these all are basically 100% going to happen, and that basically the Bollywood person has told that 100% is going to happen. And then basically the another earthquake, sorry, the another that is the cyclone basically. The maximum cyclone that is basically 525 speed, but in future basically the earthquake might happen. That is basically in the UAE city, and UA city basically why the UA city is going to happen the cyclone maximum more than 525. The reason is The tallest building in this world, basically, that's in Burj Khalifa. That's a Burj Khalifa, and that has basically touched the lots of galaxies also. Basically, they are the due to that the cyclone basically are directly connected with the satellites, and that Burj Khalifa is directly connected with the satellites and the galaxies. So the cyclone which might happen, that is basically break the record, that is of 525 speed, and that might come in UAE. That is basically it might be any of the near UAE cities where the Burj Khalifa exists in Dubai, Sharjah, Ajman, Abu Dhabi. Basically, but it's a very technological city, so they have the stopping wind technology also, which might basically they might be using. Due to that, the lots of cyclone basically might be escaped by the UAE government. So you can just imagine the cyclone also can be escaped. So the cyclone which is directly connected with the satellites, that also can be escaped. That much powerful the UAE country is. But it's the longest, sorry, the tallest building. There, 100% the cyclone is going to break the entire record. So this is basically the few disaster. In next part, that is basically 179th part, we are going to discuss little bit more few disaster which is 100% going to happen in these countries.